Yeah, I think it's on.
There we go.
All right. Good evening, fellows of what is this now? TV, YouTube, Facebook land, all these things. Welcome to Tech Chat Show, or episode number. How much is it, guys? Tres.
Three.
3.
You may know tres. I mean, I don't see a problem with that. We could continue for some more. Do we agree?
I
Yep.
think we got canceled.
No, 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 no. For those of you that were wondering what happened on Wednesday due to unforeseen circumstances beyond our control, we had to actually shift it to today. I know that you all want to get the juicy bits and pieces of the tech that's happening today. Namely, well, one of the things is that the Android Wear is actually my Galaxy Watch. Yeah, I don't know why I can't remember the name of it right now, I swear. Oh, Gear, that's it. Galaxy Gear.
I don't blame you.
Yeah. So,
Close enough.
yeah, close enough. That's among some of the things that we're going to talk about tonight. Now, with me, we have Earl and Dale, as per usual. Gentlemen, how are we this evening?
It's good. Good on my end. Can't
Good,
Yeah,
complain.
good,
yeah,
sir,
I'm
Dale.
a bit rested. I had a very hectic week, or the
Mm-hmm,
last 2 weeks, so I kind
mm-hmm,
of recuperating from that as well.
mm-hmm. When I seem to remember someone, how we say, yawning down the place before, I can't say who it was. I don't
I
know who it
mean,
was.
it was all of us. You know, it's
Not
a bit
calling any
contagious.
names, persons that
Yawning contagious, yeah.
they shall remain nameless at this time. Yeah. But yeah, I can agree. It's really been it's been an exhausting week. I really can agree, and that it really has been. But it's the weekend, so let's kick this thing off
It's
properly. Okay?
start the week for me. So
Yes, sir.
keep
The
going.
first one of the first things that we want to talk about tonight is actually the cord cutting revolution in Jamaica. What that is, persons are slowly but surely shying away from cable with reason and moving towards watching things online, whether they're streaming or they're downloading or whatever the case may be, that is what they're moving towards. Now, I have my own views on this, but let me ask, what do you think about this, Earl? Do you think it's a revolution at this point in time? Or do you think that it has a long way to go, a longer way to go, I should say?
I think it's just
All right.
a fundamental shift in how like the younger generations view content. We view time shifted. We don't wait for it to happen and we watch it live, like our parents used to do. We don't watch this TV show at 8 p.m. At this certain time of night. No, we watch it whenever we have time because we're getting a little bit more busy nowadays. We don't
Mm-hmm.
necessarily have the time every day to sit and watch at that specific time. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's what's changing. And the services here offering all these like time shifted ways of watching your content kind of exacerbate the situation as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Dan, what do you think?
Yeah. All right. So personally, I've actually cut the cord for many years now, about probably 5 years or more.
Very nice.
And yeah, I mean, it came out of the need to really budget, and cable wasn't the significance or this utility that I needed at home, and it was the easiest thing to cut. Again,
Okay.
it's nice to have, but when you look at it, you don't really spend a lot of time watching TV or live TV.
Okay.
I think around the time as well, you had other options. I mean, a lot of persons like to torrent the shows and so on, and then this emergence of Netflix. Netflix solved a lot of problems. I think what happened was that there's this culture shift, and to the point that people can actually watch a Netflix commercial about it, where the couples watching a show together, and the girlfriend actually drifts out and starts to watch ahead of the boyfriend, and they're
Mm,
pretending that she's time, and he figures it out and all that. I mean, the fact that we can relate to a site like that
mm,
shows or demonstrates that there's a shift in the culture in how we look at live TV versus on demand.
mhm,
You know, and I'm sure most of us can actually understand what binging is. You know,
Binging, you said?
Yeah,
binge
binging. Like
binge
you sit down
watching.
and yeah, you just sit down and watch an entire season of Breaking Bad or more recently
Daredevil.
Daredevil. Yeah,
Or
you know.
Game of Thrones. Game of
Uh,
Thrones, don't forget.
Well,
well,
the first four
that's on
episodes.
Netflix. I
Oh,
wonder
okay.
how. Yeah.
Well, I
The
mean,
first four
my thing
episodes
is
were
this.
leaked, so I don't
Yeah.
know. I binge watched a couple
The
of
first
them.
four episodes.
Yeah,
First
the
four
first
episodes of what?
four of Game of Thrones. They got
Yeah.
leaked
Yeah,
last
yeah,
week.
yes. This is a new season that's supposed to be released.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
And
my thing is, no,
well,
continue there. Go ahead.
if you look at it, I mean, a lot of the content providers are actually embracing it. I remember, I think a year or two ago, HBO actually said that Game of Thrones was the most or highly
Pirated.
pirated, um, show
Pirated
online.
series. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and then now they're
I
offering.
wonder how they got that metric though.
I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure of where the metric came from. But
Mm.
you
Because I
see,
know Top Gear is very, very talented, and it's a
uh,
big show internationally.
yeah, that's true.
But the thing is, did BBC say anything about it? That's
No,
the thing.
because that's the thing. Some of them would like to shy away from the whole pirated side of things and not recognize that people prefer to watch things on their own time rather than when it's aired.
Mm-hmm.
And I think HBO has actually embraced that with their new service of HBO Now. Initially, they had introduced HBO Go, which limited the existing subscribers from their cable providers
Mm-hmm.
to actually have access to HBO Go on like a computer or iPad or device. And then recently on Apple's Spring Forward event, they actually introduced a new service which was HBO Now, which would now allow persons who are not current subscribers or not even having a cable provider to actually sign up for the service for I think $14 a month,
14?
right? To have $14, yeah, to have access to their entire catalog of shows from The Sopranos, Game of Thrones, which is their live thing, you know,
Mm-hmm.
um, and it just shows that the industry is changing slowly, not quickly enough, because I think Netflix still has a lead, and to the point that right now they're actually producing shows,
Mm-hmm.
right? They're funding shows, producing shows like right, what was it House of Cards, um,
Yes,
Orange
yes.
is
House
the
of
Excellent.
New Black,
Great.
right? And now they have shows like Daredevil that have been released on exclusively on Netflix. And I think that
Full House is coming back too.
which one?
Full House. They're doing a reboot.
Oh really?
a reboot of Full
Yeah.
House.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I will watch that. I'm just saying, I will.
It's a blast
I
from the
will.
past.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
one of the
I just
things.
want to bring up another thing about the HBO thing.
Mhm.
I'm reading here that HBO is coming to Sling TV. I don't know if you guys know about Sling TV yet.
I have
no,
I've
I've
heard
heard of
about
it.
this box. I wrote the box is like about this is a Note 3, so it's about the total length of this, and it's about 2 or 3 times as thick. And it's streaming media, so I've never actually seen one to play around with it. But
Yeah, I actually want to take a look at it more over the summer.
mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
I
But
mean, you see, with the how we say now, the 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 streaming media revolution, as we put it. A lot of people, as you both rightfully said, a lot of people need to be able to watch things on their own time. All right. For example, AT&T overseas right now. I'm pretty sure you've heard of Uverse TV.
yeah,
Yeah.
did that fail
Yeah.
though?
What's that?
What's that?
Did that fail?
No,
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 no.
no. It didn't
Uverse is
fail.
just the name of the
It,
package that they have.
Okay, okay.
yeah, Uverse
It's,
is
it's people play bundles.
Oh, I'm thinking about a cast. I think it was Comcast or something. I don't know, a provider that actually did a version where they wanted to do live streaming on the phones and so on in the
no.
States.
You see, the thing is, AT&T has it because they have Uverse Internet and Uverse TV.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with Uverse TV, depending on the package that you select and the type of hardware, you get this thing, you get a DVR, HD DVR, and
Yeah.
you get other receivers in the house for other TVs. One of the things that makes it, to me, that makes it successful is that you can actually record your shows. I mean, it's just like having a
That,
TiVo. Think of
Mm,
TiVo. We
or just a
know
cable
how
card plugged into your computer with Windows Media Center. You can record the TV on
pretty
that.
much, pretty much. So TiVo, if anyone here remembers, very old. TiVo
yeah.
is, oh my word, TiVo is more than 10 years old, I believe. Um, I guess well, we haven't heard of it in a long time, but we
Yeah.
remember the technology and what it was built on.
I'm pretty sure the white labeling boxes to give
So the
to
providers,
content providers. Yeah, not content
Mhm.
providers, but ISPs.
cable. Yeah. Mm,
Well, yes,
Yeah, and
I
cable
guess
providers.
they like rebrand the hardware, remove the TiVo logo, and just
Yeah.
repurpose it or something like that. But I say that to say streaming media has been around for a very long time. Well, not streaming media, but recording of your shows
on demand content.
on
Yeah.
demand TV. Yes.
Well,
So
I
it's been around
think
for a very, very long time. So I
the
mean,
TiVo idea is more of time shifting. That's a little bit
Yeah.
different
mhm,
than on demand. Although
mhm,
it's the same
okay.
kind of concept, but you're shifting your time from you know from like say 8 p.m. to 7 a.m. The next morning or whatever.
Hmm.
So there's
Hmm.
some like small legal issues with things like that.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well,
But I mean, this I
there's some
don't.
development as well, where
Hmm.
I mean locally right now we have our own challenges, especially with our cable providers. I was reading in I think with the Gleaner where during the whole Obama visit, there was either a group that represented the providers in the U.S.
Hmm.
and they had meetings with the cable providers here. And pretty
Hmm.
much what was come out of it is that our providers are giving us content illegally, and they are trying to enforce the IP rights to the content to
Hmm.
prevent them from doing so.
And I don't
Right?
blame them. I don't blame them at all.
Yeah.
But how are they legally enforcing it in Jamaica?
The thing is, I mean, in my understanding of it is that if it's okay, let's put it simple then. You ask your mother to leave the house to go wherever. She says no, but you go anyway, right? You know that you're gonna get in trouble eventually when she finds out, correct? So it's a similar kind of thing. You know that you're not supposed to have this content showing on your cable. You know that. It's not as if you don't know. And they're making it seem as if, oh, wow, this is happening now and this is big surprise. This is not a surprise
Well, all right.
because of the fact that
Yeah, but here in their defense, right?
mhm,
We have been spoiled, and we've been spoiled for many years because before cable operators were even regulated, they
mhm,
put up a dish and they start offering cable and so on,
mhm,
right? And so the individual small person starting their own cable company, and
mhm,
we're picking up US content,
mhm,
and as a result, I mean that really even dropped or totally demolished any global barriers that we had at the time, right? We got exposed to conflicts, My Little Pony, G.I. Joe,
mhm,
Transformers, all these things,
mhm.
right? As kids. So we grew up expecting a certain kind of content from the North American market.
True.
Now, now our cable providers know that for them to even acquire rights to content, they have to go through the Latin American region to get that,
Mhm,
which is primarily Spanish, or it doesn't even carry shows that we even we're not interested in it, right?
mhm,
Not
mhm,
So
our market.
yeah, but what I think the providers need to do is now look at it like the North America, the Latin American and the Caribbean as two separate regions altogether. Because we in this section don't speak Spanish,
mhm,
right? We probably can say 5 words and that's it, right? I don't take a Spanish in high school. So
mhm,
that and actually then revise what the content lineup is like for us. Because say we're getting HBO.
Mhm.
Everybody knows about Game of Thrones. Whether we're gonna watch it on TV or we're gonna try and pirate it online, we can get it, right?
Mhm.
So why not
Mhm.
just allow our cable operators to now revisit the whole rights to the content,
Mhm.
right? Satisfy us as the viewers because essentially we're the ones who are the end users of it. We're the subscribers to it, right?
Mhm.
And if they're not going to carry stuff that we're interested in, then guess what? They can't make any money either. And guess what? Well, they steal it. Not to say that stealing is
Exactly.
right, but
Mhm.
we want what we want and when we want it.
Or we'll find a way to get what we
Yeah,
want.
and we want it now.
But you see,
You know?
again, I understand what you're saying, but my problem is this. I mean, everyone is in business to make money, fine.
Mm-hmm.
The less you spend and the more you earn equals a bigger profit for your company. We understand. But at the same time, there's certain being that you run a big corporation, multi-million dollar corporation, something should be in place to say that, okay, all right, this is what the people want. Let us at least attempt to work on acquiring these things properly before we end up losing them in this big media circus, because that's exactly what it is right now. It has
Yeah.
But going
blown
to
up on Facebook today.
the
But
official channels might, blow it out of the price bracket for what Jamaicans can afford.
that is the other issue because a lot of the check. If you look at what all right, take for example Flow
Mm,
had a pretty decent lineup, not in the packaging but in overall what they have, right? And if you look at from the point that they started offering the services to today, a
mm,
lot of the channels are no longer there. They can't carry it at all. For
mm,
example, the weather channel is one big one that they really can't carry because they can't afford it, and in
mm,
turn we can't afford it. But
mm,
if you even look at what Flow's packaging and cost of packaging for a cable channel in comparison to the smaller guy that is flying under the radar, and you're looking at
mm,
$3,000 for a basic package, and another man getting charged you $1,500 for cable,
mm,
right? What's gonna happen? You choose with the pocket, right?
mm, mm,
For me personally, because I know I have Netflix and I'm going to use the internet to watch what I want to watch, right?
mm,
I have my Netflix which it cost me $9.99, right? And I have my internet package which is going to cost me like $3,000 plus,
mm,
right? And for me, it's affordable, right? I don't watch television 24/7, right? I will listen to a podcast or whatever it is that's online or a YouTube video, right? And
mm,
I want to kick back and lean back and watch something and relax. Then I watch my Netflix,
mhm.
right? Cable don't fall into that any at all. And you talk about stuff like local programming like for a TVG and things. I mean, to be honest, I've made a shift away from that. And chances are, if the news don't reach me on Twitter or on Facebook or some other social media outlet, it don't reach me. Not gonna reach me.
Mm, That's true. Because I mean, personally, I hardly watch TV. Local TV, worse. Like, I can't tell you the last time I watched anything on local TV.
Yeah.
Cable hasn't been that bad because my better half, my girlfriend, she watches TV. So sometimes, depending on what she's watching, I'll watch. Outside of that, anything I want, right online, right on the computer. I mean,
So basically,
PS4 is
we are all in
behind me.
agreement.
No, no, we
Cable
are in
needs to
agreement.
die.
Okay. I'm not going to go that far, but you have a very valid point. As it is right now, if this continues on the line at which we see it going, cable is going to die eventually. And then a lot of persons, what they're going to start doing is to say, all right, you know what? Screw the cable. Give me internet. Because I
Mm-hmm.
can get more content on internet than
For
cable. I
less.
was talking to a group. Exactly, for less. I was talking to a group of friends in WhatsApp today. I was asking, let me see if I can find the name of the term. I was asking about streaming media box. I
And
think the
Roku?
name. No, 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 not the. I have a Roku right here.
Okay.
This is one of the first generation Rokus, the Roku LT. I still have it.
Yeah.
This was before I got the PS4, and the camera's gone out of focus. Yeah, here we go. This is before I got the PS4. So I watch Netflix and everything through this little box.
Mm.
I mean, by the way, I'm selling it, so yeah, just so you know. But anyway,
Well,
but but I was talking to some couple friends saying that there's a media box called the Quick Box. I've never even heard of that. What he's
The
saying is
what?
that
yeah, never heard of that. Quick
the
box.
Quick Box, QUICK box, it in essence turns your TV into a smart TV. So if you have a not so smart TV, it can turn it into a smart TV, right?
Which is
I
preferred.
mean, exactly my point. So
Yeah.
I say that to say, I said that to say that hey, I mean, cable really is dying a slow, and I don't even know what to call it, painless or painful or what. Do you think it's a painless
Agonizing.
death?
Right.
All right. Here's my thought on it. Right. I
Mm-hmm.
don't I don't think cable. All right. Cable yes is dying or is more evolving into something else.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And if
A
I
la
use an
carte.
example. Yeah, but that's the thing. A lot of the subscribers,
Mm-hmm.
they don't necessarily watch channels. They watch the shows that are on the channels, right? So it comes down to really what or cable provider or channel actually is offering a particular show. Because when
Mm-hmm.
we talk about, hey, what you watched last night? Oh, I watched the whole of Bloomberg. No, we're talking about, I watched Game of Thrones, or I watched
Or
Breaking
Scandal,
Bad, or
or
Walking Dead.
Empire, or Walking
Yeah,
Dead. Yeah,
yeah. And then if I said to you, what channel do those come on? What are you going to tell me?
I watch them online.
Yeah, or I don't know what channel, but I
I
watch
don't
them.
know what channel, but I watch it. Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah,
true. That's true.
because we don't watch the channels. We watch what comes on the channel. So
But you
after my show finish, I don't continue watching. I lock it off.
or you switch to something else.
Exactly.
But the thing is, what I think the cable company should do is to try and model what the US is doing in terms of programs, in terms
Mm.
of what they're showing. Like I was talking about the Uverse service a while ago. What AT&T does, because Uverse is internet based, so in order for you to get Uverse TV, you have to have Uverse internet as well, right?
Mm.
And the content is streamed on the internet through their special box and whatever. So what I believe, well, the biggest cable company right now is Flow. What I believe that Flow should attempt to look at is slowly changing over the cable boxes that we have into actual media boxes, not
Mm.
necessarily giving us the option to record. That would be a plus, yes, but giving us the option to stream things, and we can switch to different streams on the device or what have you. So then,
Yeah.
instead of them dying, as you said, Dale, they would evolve into something else.
Well, also, all
Because of,
right,
Mhm.
not to interrupt you, but I know that Flow, I don't know, I am a subscriber for cable service, but I know that they had a service that was similar to Netflix, that
Mhm.
they had a library of content that you could actually watch shows on.
I think that's
Now,
Flow on demand or something like that.
yes, yeah, right, that's it. So
But then
I
that's
don't,
expensive.
that's the thing. They don't.
That's the
They're getting beat by Netflix with a $9.99 price tag, right? If you can't compete with that,
It doesn't make any
it
sense.
makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
It's not as though it's not a situation where we don't know anything about the internet, we don't know anything about Netflix, and that's the only alternative. So say that, all right, I know you use Netflix and you're paying $9.99 a month.
Hmm.
I'm going to charge you for less content and charge you X dollars, which is greater than the $9.99 I'm paying.
Or
And
better
I'm
yet,
like,
mhm.
yeah,
No,
go on.
or better yet, even with that, same thing. Netflix is charging X amount, but you watch it on any device, fine. Okay, you can watch it on your smart TV or your phone or your game console or tablet or whatever. But offer a service where, okay, I provide you with this device. You can you can stream to this device and you can record up to X number of hours of content on this device for, let's say, for example, double the cost of Netflix. So
Mm-hmm.
when you pay them $4,000 a month or let's say $4,000 a month for argument's sake for internet, right? $1,000 could be rental of the equipment, rented of the streaming media box or whatever it is that they decide
Or
to
the
name it,
service, yeah. Mm.
or the service. Exactly. They could do things like that because at the end of the day, persons want to use the easiest option,
Yeah.
right? I mean, Netflix is subscribed, so you have to every month comes out to your bank account or whatever it is that you choose to pay it.
Quick question about
Um,
Netflix.
sure.
Do you guys have to still pipe it through? Do you still have to watch it through? What's it called?
VPN.
VPN, yeah. Or is it you can watch it straight from the service?
All right.
You, Dale, you want to take that one?
Yeah. All right. So here's the thing. Again, it comes into play with the whole geographic restrictions, right?
Hmm.
And you get different content based on where you are.
Yeah.
Personally, I use a VPN if I want to watch a particular content that's not available locally. And then at most, I think 80% of the time, I'm going to use what's already there. But, every now and again, I'm going to take a peek and say, oh, this is out on the US side. I'm going to go
Yeah.
and watch that.
Yeah. True.
So I even bought my wireless router for that specific reason that it had a VPN tied into it, so I didn't have to worry about individual devices trying to connect to the VPN. So, there are persons that look to that kind of option.
Mm-hmm.
What the providers need to look at is, do these content restrictions even make sense anymore in a global world? You keep talking about this whole connected world, and yeah, but we can have these little barriers still.
That is it. That is it. That is it. I'm glad somebody said it. I swear to you. That's exactly it. Because I mean, yeah, we could understand it a couple years ago, 5, 10 years ago. We say, oh, we're not offering this kind of content in your based on your location. In the future, we'll offer it, yada yada yada. But then I mean, even with Netflix, because I use Netflix, as you guys figured out already. If you're here in Jamaica, if you're watching Netflix without any add-ons or anything like that, it's the Latin America version of Netflix you pick up. So
Yeah.
most of the programs are going to be in Spanish. Well, no, let me not say that. You have limited content first. Limited content. If you're watching closed captions, because I watch a closed caption sometimes, if you turn on the subtitles, it's going to be in Spanish,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to find a lot of Spanish
You can't change
content.
the subtitle language?
No,
You
you
should be able
can't.
to.
That's the thing. It's
Yeah, you
either
can
Spanish or
do it.
Portuguese.
Or Portuguese,
It depends. I think it depends on the region.
or Dutch.
It depends on your region. So, or Dutch. Thank you. If you modify your internet connection settings to say that you're in the US, you get US Netflix. US Netflix has a lot of content,
Mhm.
right? Like a lot, lot of
That more.
content. Exactly. So you have more options and change your subtitles. English. Some of the programs actually come in surround sound, that 5.1 surround sound, that kind of thing. Same thing if you go to the England and you have the what you call now London Netflix,
Mhm.
is you get more London-based content, but it's similar to the US one. So a lot of these restrictions really don't make any sense at this point. I mean,
Yeah.
personally, I pay for my Netflix and I pay
Well, it
for a
doesn't make any
DNS
sense
address.
from a consumer point of view, maybe.
That's
Yeah.
it.
I'm sure they have their reasons.
No, they're doing it.
Yeah.
They're doing it. But again, what Netflix is doing now, I read this. a few weeks back. They are trying to block VPN
Yeah.
services from allowing persons to use their in not designated countries.
From what I
Meaning,
heard, that was at the
that
behest of the content providers. They're the ones who
no, no,
pressuring
no.
Netflix to doing this.
Well, I don't know about that, but the article said that it's blocking. Netflix is in the process of blocking some VPN providers. It's even in our TechChat group as well. It was in there. I think it was a couple weeks back.
Yeah, I remember
So
seeing that.
yeah, so they're blocking VPN so that if you're in Jamaica, for argument's sake, if you use a VPN service, there's a strong possibility that Netflix would not connect because of whatever block that they put up. So I understand that they want to segment them. I get that. From a business point of view, it makes sense. So you want to tailor the content based off of your location.
Yeah.
But give persons the choice give persons the option of choosing where they are.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Give people the choice because the greatest thing a customer can have or a consumer can have is one, the illusion of choice, and two, actually being able to choose something,
Yeah, that's true.
right?
That's true.
So give us the choice. Say to us, all right, fine. We notice that you so would you like to get this or would you like to get that? I mean, at the end of the day, it's still business. It's the same 9.99 wherever you are. So
And another problem too is the monopolistic nature of the industry and of where Netflix is right now. If we
mhm,
had more competition in this area, it wouldn't be as bad, you know.
that's just
You
it.
mean
There's
to Netflix itself?
Yeah, like more Netflix like type competition on the
Oh, all
web.
right. Here's the thing.
but
Yes,
only two of us know.
yeah, we do need that. But here's the thing: what's happening right now? Until they really understand that Netflix is a very good choice. A lot of the cable, the providers are trying to build their own hill,
Mhm,
right? And what's going to happen is that I'm going to be paying for Netflix, right? I still
mhm,
watch some old shows or whatever, or original content from Netflix. So I'm going to keep that by default, right?
mhm,
Then I say, oh, hey, there's HBO now, and I said that's $14. And
mhm.
then if ABC comes out with something else, that's another expense. And then you end
Another
up with
10 now.
yeah, so you end up with the same cable cost monthly for a bunch of different stuff. I mean,
But
for,
it's
for,
for the
for
stuff that you
channels,
want.
No
It's the
yeah,
stuff
sense.
that you
yes,
want. That's the
but
difference.
it still works out to the same cost that way
Mhm,
that we're paying the cable provider
mhm,
before.
mhm.
So what I think that needs to happen, right, is that HBO needs to say, all right, here what, either Hulu or Netflix. I prefer Netflix.
Mhm.
Here what, I'm going to give you um, right to carry
This
all the
particular
old
group.
episodes of Sopranos and
I think they already did to Amazon.
well, whoever it is.
I'd say Amazon is another one too. Amazon on
Yeah,
demand. Amazon on
yeah.
demand.
So
Yeah.
here's the thing. So then we don't have a shortage of competition, right?
Mm.
We just need to make sure that, or I think that HBO should not be trying to start a HBO Now service, but license the content to these other providers,
Thank
on-demand
you.
content providers,
Thank you. Thank
right?
you.
Because it's going to become even more and more expensive, and we're going to realize and say, all right, here what? I used to pay $50 a month, US, right? And now I
Mm.
have service from 4 different providers, and I'm paying $60. Where did I go wrong? I need to cut back.
Yeah, that's just it. And then in the world today, persons are focusing on cutting back more.
Mm,
So it doesn't make any sense. I mean, even with the HBO Now service, I didn't even know that they had it, to be brutally honest with you. But
mm.
that's like they're trying to reinvent the wheel again. They're bringing HBO exclusive content. But I mean, holy crap! If you have HBO on cable already, you're already getting HBO content.
Yeah.
So I don't understand the sense behind it. As you
Well,
said,
It's for the people
lease
who
it
didn't have
out.
cable.
yeah,
What's that?
that's the thing. This one is geared towards people persons who don't have cable, right?
I will
But
never
if you
will.
don't,
Mm,
yeah, I would never will actually. But I think the best option for them is to go with somebody like a Netflix rather than trying to build your own thing
that's the
and do it
thing.
yourself.
Just lease it out. Because the thing is,
Exactly.
again, is
All right,
business.
I got a question.
Yeah.
We're talking about all this content, but what do you guys watch it on? You know, your
I
I mean,
watch.
computer, your phone, your tablet.
phone,
All right. I use my
tablet,
Apple
tablet,
TV. I use
computer,
my iPad
PS4.
and my computer.
Yeah,
It
So
all
a lot of
depends on what
mobile
I'm doing.
devices.
Yeah,
mostly
but all
mobile
right.
device. Yeah.
Here's the thing.
But what
For
about the
me,
venerable TV?
yeah,
What about
I
what?
use my TV. I use my TV.
Oh, if your TV is a smart TV like that.
Oh no. All right.
I mean,
Or
like
the,
in general, yeah.
mm,
No. All right.
I'm
I
trying to
can't
segue
tell you
us into the
this.
TV topic.
I figured. All
oh,
right.
I see.
All right. Here's the thing.
Mm,
I decided to buy a TV a couple of years ago, right?
mm,
And I'd actually bought a smart TV originally, and I love the LG products,
mm.
right? I bought a smart
Looks good.
TV. The manufacturer
I
is
think that
good.
was a bad choice.
The smart TV was a horrible choice. I had this weird remote, right? It was shaped weirdly. It was called
The
something like a
mouse one,
one.
like the Wii
It,
remote.
yeah,
Mouse, mouse
yeah,
remote or
it's a
something.
one.
Yeah.
They call it a one. And it would
Yes, I
be
know what
beside me on the bed, and I would shift, and then this menu would come up, and the mouse would appear. And I'm wondering, all right, what happened,
you
right? Or
mean.
something gets clicked, and the interface. I'm here. I'm looking like Harry Potter trying to navigate on this thing, and it just got very annoying. I was slow, right? And then I thought to myself, all right, let me try and use a keyboard with this. So I bought, I think it was the K7 from Logitech, this K700 with a mouse pad thing and a keyboard. I called LG and they said, all right, they don't have a firmware for external keyboards yet. That'll be later on in the year. And I gave up on it, got rid of it, and I got a dumb TV, right?
And
A
attach a
nice
box to
dumb.
it.
Yeah, I got an Apple TV with it, and I got an Apple TV and a Roku box. I attached it
Mhm.
to it. I was just perfect. I don't
Mhm.
think manufacturers really understand what interface design is or should be like.
Or maybe
Not
it's
all
just
of it.
that
Not all
we're
of
a
it.
little bit more sophisticated. Maybe it's good enough for the average Joe.
I doubt it.
Well,
I
let
re-
me tell you. I mean, even okay, like the TV behind me, that's regular. What is it? Regular black point TV. The smartest thing that's attached to it right now is my console. So if I need to watch anything, I watch it through it. Now, one of the things, what I know, persons would buy a smart TV in order to eliminate a lot of the external hardware. So you
Mhm.
buy a
Yeah.
smart TV, attach a network cable to it, bam, you can do a lot of different things on it, play games, get content, whatever you want to do, you can do it on it. So I
Still
get
very
that.
limited though.
In
Is it?
some sense it is,
But
because
it's
that
cheaper to
depends on the
upgrade.
manufacturer. What's that?
And it's cheaper to upgrade. I mean, I take out the external device. I get the newest thing.
Mm,
I'm good.
Yeah.
mm. Fair enough. But then at the same time, with the smart TVs now, if if you wanted to get a particular type of content, for argument's sake, it's just a matter of checking to see if that if that update rather for the TV is available. You download a software update on the TV, install it, do some configuration and whatnot, and the TV should have that function. But on the other hand, if that upgrade is not available, you're kind of left out in the dark. So it's a bit of a toss up because smart
Yeah.
TVs are good
And another issue
for
with smart
and
TVs is just
they
that they're
serve
locked
a
down.
purpose. Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's
They're
that?
very locked. They're locked down.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you
they're
can't
too
really
locked down.
customize anything on it. Yeah, you can't customize anything on it, which is true. So we're not disputing that. We're not.
Alright.
But it
I
is
think my
human.
my greatest gripe with it really has been the interface,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I would rather leave the level of or content to
Mm-hmm.
the content. Well, whoever actually acquires the content, the best.
Mm-hmm.
For me right now, it really is Netflix,
Mm-hmm.
right? I use Apple TV because again I'm in that ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll push stuff from a right to the Apple TV and that's fine, right? Similar
Mm-hmm.
to what Chromecast does with their Google and stuff and all,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Is
But
that AirPlay? That's what they
yeah,
call it?
well, here's the thing. Um, there's an app that I use
Mm-hmm.
and it has popcorn in there.
Popcorn time. Popcorn time is
Yeah,
good.
I didn't want to say it. All right, so
It's
Can't
fine.
popcorn
promote
time.
that on the podcast.
I use it. I'm not going to deny it, right? But
Mm-hmm.
here's the thing. They have a feature in there where it will see my Apple TV.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to watch my what happened last week on Walking Dead. Boom. I click it. It goes right to my TV. I'm good. I don't want it on a 24-inch screen or anything. I don't have to hold my iPad or wait for it or anything like that,
Mm-hmm.
right? So for that kind of environment or that ecosystem, it works. And
Mm-hmm.
it's been very beneficial. I'll tell you, the most popular two apps that I use on that device is YouTube and Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we just discussed, whether or not we think smart TVs are worth it, and obviously they're not worth it. But what about the other features in TVs? What do you think about 4K and 3D and 240 hertz motion
It's
enhancement bullshit?
you see
Sorry,
these things. These
that was
things, all of these things depend on the consumer. That is where it boils down to the end of the day. Because look at it, for an average man, they're not going to shell out 100 plus. Let's use US dollars. They're not going to shell out 800 plus 900 plus dollars for a 3D TV if they know that they're not going to utilize the features, right? The 3D feature.
yeah. But what if they
That's
want to
one.
future-proof it? Don't want to watch some a future
I
3D
knew
video.
I knew you were gonna say that.
If you want to watch what?
If they want to future-proof their television. No,
Well, they can. They can, They can. They can. But again, it's highly dependent on the consumer that you're targeting. Because everything has its target market. Personally, I would love to get a 4K TV because I have seen what it displays, and it is nothing short of gorgeous. I tell you, it really, really is gorgeous. But
I
at
have
the
to
same
jump in.
time, what's that?
Alright,
Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, is it practical to get a 4K TV? There's a company
exactly.
out of China. Yeah, there's a company out of China or Japan, I think. They have no, I think it was Vizio. One of the
Seiki?
TV companies. No, no, no.
Yeah.
One of the TV companies, one of the popular TV companies as well. Not a Samsung or a Sony, but like a Vizio or something like that. They actually have a 4K TV. It's less than $1,000.
It's
Like a
Seiki.
Seiki, or yeah, a 42
Right,
is that a
Seiki,
42
yeah.
or 42 inch 4K TV, and I'm like,
But it's only 30 hertz, right?
Right.
I don't honestly, I don't remember the technical details. I really don't. It's on Amazon. I remember seeing it on Amazon. So if you search on Amazon 4K TV, you see what I'm saying. Like the TV is ridiculously cheap. And reading reading the reviews about that same model, persons have said that hey, it's a good buy, Ray, all these kind of things. They're basically making rave reviews about this device. I mean, I try to shop with reviews. So if I see phone and it has good reviews, and I research it some more before I try to buy it.
Alright, I have a
Same
question,
thing
right?
with
Yeah.
I have a question. Alright, so let's say you actually got that 4K TV, right? It's home, you got it mounted on your wall, yeah, it's all hooked up, power going through everything. What are you going to watch?
You can watch four 1080p videos at the same time.
Well, you see, again, that's dependent on content because the content
Exactly.
providers are not offering anything remotely close to 4K.
You know what
Not
is
that
good
the
for though?
companies not offering HD.
Uh,
I mean,
a photo slideshow, like a photo
well,
frame slideshow.
yes,
Yeah, so
indeed.
you just bought a very expensive photo frame.
One more,
Pretty
yeah,
much.
man, of course. A very expensive. It's like you're trying to flash a phone and you turn it into a very expensive paperweight. So it's something that
All right.
you
So
bought a very expensive show picture.
I have a buying advice, right? Here's my thought. I tend to watch what happens in the market, and a lot of these decisions, well, in the past, I don't know what happens in for the future, but a lot of the content and where content decides to go is determined a lot on the porn industry. All right? Right. Now,
It's funny to say that.
3K. 3K came up, and I believe that 3D TV came up, and I believe that was a fad, right?
Yeah,
Because
it was.
It is.
but the thing is,
And it died
people-
slow. It died very quietly.
Yeah.
You notice? Like it died really, really.
yeah,
quietly.
but here's the thing: if a consumer is going to buy a 3D TV, they're spending like $1,200 and get a 3D TV, right? But think of it: what content is out there for you to that warrants you buying?
You know
a
what?
3D TV?
You can watch House of Cards in
Movies.
Well, not
You
3D. Sorry,
can
but
watch.
I'm
You
thinking
can watch
4K.
what?
right?
I was thinking
Or
4K.
Osaka.
Forget it.
Yeah, it's 4K,
Yeah,
yeah.
Osaka.
But here's the thing. So you have this active and passive thing with 3D. Either you're wearing the glasses or you're not wearing the glasses. Either you're sitting right in front of it or
Yeah.
you're not sitting in front of it. And all these stipulations and limitations for the technology, it was a fad, right? And every year, every CES, right, they're going to come up with
Something
something
new.
to sell a television. And here's what. When it comes down to it, get a dumb TV or you wait, right? Right now, you have the
Until the price
4K.
drops.
Huh?
Mhm. Right, wait until the price drops.
Yeah, even that becomes affordable, right? A lot of times TV gets sold in masses right around NFL time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or Black Friday. And
Mm-hmm.
that's how the whole Vizio brand got so popular, right? It was cheaper,
Mm-hmm.
had very good quality. I could return it if something went wrong with it, right? But they're working the kinks out on that. But I really
Mm-hmm.
think going with a dumb panel and then putting a device on top of that, and just
Mm-hmm.
wait and see how things progress with
All right.
new things. Why the 4K now don't make sense.
No, I
So,
mean,
the
mhm.
next question is, what about panel tech? Are we going with the Panasonic, what's it called, plasma? Are we gonna stick with LED, LCD, or are we gonna get a loan like for 50
the
grand
oh,
US to get an OLED TV? What are we
LED,
doing?
LEDs,
LEDs. You see the thing with plasma. If you watch content on plasma long enough, it will burn an image into the
No,
screen.
that's a little bit different. If it's the same image,
If
yeah,
it's
not
the same
it
image,
will
motion.
burn.
yeah. I mean, but again, it will burn. At the point of the discussion is that
Yeah,
it will
the
burn
mere
the
fact that it
image.
was burning, you're afraid
But
of
they
that.
have they have built-in
Ex-
protections against that still,
Yeah,
such as
but
timeouts and stuff like that.
I think
but it will still burn.
I think
That's the
No, I've
thing.
had a plasma. Yeah, I haven't had it burning yet, and it's they leave it on, and it's the same video and the same background for hours, and it's never burnt in.
all right.
The Panasonic ones are pretty good, and I think they're
My
the only
thought
ones who make it.
My thought, though, really, I think the plasmas are not as power efficient as LEDs, right?
Oh no, they aren't. No.
I make my
They're a lot
purchasing
better.
decisions based on cost and
Hmm.
feature,
Hmm.
right? When I look for a TV, I'm looking for something like a 42 inch to 47 inch. I'm looking at something that is going to go either 120 hertz, nothing lower, right? And will give me the 1080p, and that's it. And
Hang
LED.
on. Stick a pin. For the persons that don't understand what different hertz values are. The higher the hertz equals what?
It's the refresh rate of the screen. The higher the hertz means it will refresh faster and it will get smoother motion.
So if you want
But
a high
smoother.
action thing, you'll see it better.
But it's
Okay.
all fake.
So
It's
like
all
no.
interpolated.
So even though with the camera that I have here, it's an HD camera, where you can see the lines of image of me waving my hands. If it was something like a 120 hertz or higher TV, then it would look as if the person is standing up in front of you. So you're seeing it at that type of resolution, that kind of thing, correct?
It's just no. It's more. This is more the fluid motion. So say watching Matrix, right?
Mm,
Or even better, another football game, NFL game,
mm, mm,
and you know the throwing ball, the whole running action. The TV can keep up with that level or change in motion that's going on in the content.
mm.
The lower the hertz, then you get this like a
Choppiness.
skip.
Like
Yeah,
stuttering,
like a skip,
yeah.
like to catch up with it. Yeah,
Mm,
you know.
mm,
So for me, 120 hertz will cut it right now.
mm,
But you gotta make a note that on TVs the hertz numbers that they give you, it's all interpolated. Especially compared to like your computer monitor that they give you the actual hertz numbers.
Hmm.
On most TVs you can't do more than 60 frames per second, and that's another issue is because of the HDMI. So if you want to do 1080p 60, you can do that through HDMI 1.4. But if you want to do more than that, like 1080p 120 or 4K 60, you have to go to HDMI 2.0, which a lot of TVs don't support. or you have to like use two HMI ports at the same time.
Mm.
So that's like niche stuff, but still
Yeah.
like small issue.
Well, I mean, so shifting from the big screen to the really, really small screen, the palm size, the small screen right here.
What is that?
This is a Galaxy Gear. This is the first generation Galaxy Gear. I bought this. When did I buy it? I don't remember when. I bought it quite a little while ago.
Mm.
Why I like this watch? It serves its purpose, meaning that
It tells time.
I can actually answer calls through the watch. Sometimes it does. There's actually an exercise app on it, that kind of thing. As a matter of fact, I can actually answer the phone through the watch, and I can talk through the watch. There's a little mic on the bottom here. I mean, think
Is
Tracy
that
on
the
night
one with the camera?
Yes, it has a camera on it as well. Camera quality is substandard, but honestly, it takes like some really nice shots, well, daytime shots at least. As I was at my school friend's wedding, and I had on a watch, and I was just snapping some random pictures. When it transfers to the phone, and I look at it, I'm like, holy crap, these pictures are really good. But again, it's a daytime shot, so yeah. But I mean, smart Android wear. Well, let me not say Android wear. Smartwatches are really, really taking off. Microsoft introduced their own. Um, Android has
Pebble.
had their own for forever, and Apple now well, not just, but they released theirs within the last, what is it, six
2
Yeah,
months?
months.
it's on pre-orders now, yeah? Right?
Oh,
Yes,
it's released.
some pre-orders now.
Yeah.
So not
Yeah.
even
It's
six.
not
I'm sorry,
released yet.
like last months.
It's released, but on pre-orders. I think not many persons outside of like journalists right now actually have it in
Yeah,
hand. And
persons
some
in the media,
celebrities,
persons in the media that actually gets to play around with it to write reviews and stuff,
yeah,
they will have it. But to the wider public, I don't think it's
just
available as yet.
yeah, it's all pre-orders right now. And
Yeah.
I'm happy to say,
Mhm.
as a Apple fanboy, as guys will actually
Yes,
call
I
me,
know you're happy for the boy.
yes, two
Shake my
million
head.
units pre-ordered, right? 2 million.
Mhm.
2 million units pre-ordered from Apple, right?
Let's say it again. Two and
No,
6 million.
2 million units, and that was probably last week. I don't know where it is right now.
Mhm.
No, Android Wear has so many manufacturers, right? And all together,
This is just
they
fun, man.
haven't
This is fun.
what hold on. All together,
Pure
they only
uncertainty and
done
doubt.
700,000 units,
That's an
right?
old report.
Yeah, but they don't bring it in like why they would have said it. If they brought them in,
Mhm.
why would they hesitate on saying it?
Let
They
me
don't
It
tell
bring
might
it in.
not
you.
be as good, but
Let me
it
tell you.
can't be just
I mean,
700K.
the thing is, look at it like this, guys. I mean, Apple. Okay. So Dale, I'm hoping that I'm gonna skip around your toes. I don't want to step on your toes, right? So I'm gonna tread very lightly.
You're excited.
But
You're excited.
the thing Apple the thing with Apple is people would say that Apple is an innovative company. They come up
Oh,
with a
I
lot of
disagree, but
ideas.
keep going.
Hang on, let me finish. They come up with a lot of ideas, even though it's left up to discussion whether the ideas are taken or stolen or I mean hijacked at gunpoint, that kind of thing. We don't know. We don't know what goes on in their walls. But the truth of the matter is that they really come out with some really, really decent devices. I mean, I used an iPhone when the first generation iPhone, before they even thought of iPhone 2, iPhone 3, 3GS, and all that crap. I use it, and I really, really like the device. It's similar form factor. It's only a pity that I can't find it now. Similar form factor, same functionality, same features, that kind of thing. The camera was crap because of the type of device, anyway.
Yeah.
And
And
it
the time.
was a good device. It was a good device overall. I really liked the device. But then I went over to the Android side of the pasture. Now, with Android, one of the things with Android that I love with all my heart and from the bottom of my heart is that they open source a lot of things. Now that can be both good and bad.
Hmm.
Bad in
I
the
don't see where the
sense,
bad is.
yes, bad in the sense that
I can show you.
someone can. No, I can tell you what the bad is. I can tell you what the bad is. Someone can build an app because everything is open source now. You can build an app to hack into somebody else's phone, send you this information over data or Wi-Fi or whatever, and you can mask it as something as harmless as like a, a voice switcher or this thing called I'm using apps as an example, like this thing called Talking Tom. It's on Play Store. It's a
Hmm.
nice little nifty app. I mean, it's a time waster. You talk to it and it talks back out in whatever voice it is. But using that as an example, persons can do simple apps like that, but then they do so much damage. Okay? Now, the good side of it is that being that it's open source, a lot of the technology is cheaper to build and maintain because a lot of things are open source. So you'll have a lot of different persons, a lot of different companies coming into it and putting their input and this input and that input. But at the end of the day, it's up to the major manufacturers, like the Samsungs and the Motorola's and whatnot, to choose what they use, right? I
I
mean,
just want
with
to
Apple.
respond to the part about the virus type
Mm-hmm.
thing, the
What?
damage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to. I don't. I think you kind of conflated being open source with being, loose on security. Even the iPhone has had hack programs that mess up the phone every once in a while that get through the iTunes store. So even
Hmm.
that
Yeah.
it even happens on that platform too.
No, which is true. That's the thing, I'm not bashing any one company, I'm not. I'm not. And I see the smirk on your face and I see the smirk on Dave's face as well. I see it. But we're not bashing any one company because some of the things that can be said about Android is some of the same things that can be said about Apple. Right? But at the end of the day, it's a known fact Android is cheaper than Apple. Like, it's
In
not
what
even
way?
a joke.
I mean, which way is it cheaper?
And no, what do you mean? No, I'm
It,
saying Android is cheaper than Apple. That's what I said.
the products or the software or
A lot of things. Well, I can't say everything, but a lot of things.
Does it mean?
Products,
equi-
products are cheaper.
equivalent
A lot of the
equivalents
products.
are about the same price. The Galaxy is almost as are expensive, if not more, than the iPhone. The
Well,
same
hang on.
software costs the same on each.
Hear what it
Yeah, but
is. You just have
that's
different
looking at
options.
ultra high
That's what it
end.
is.
Mm,
You have
mm,
different options, right? Because I see and having an Android
mm,
like having a PC, right?
mm,
Where you have this operating system with prior Windows and you have the Android equivalent, and then
mm,
you have all the different hardware manufacturers that will build that and you can put on it, up, put on it, up, put on it, up, put on it, right? That's how I see it, and that's a level of customization where I can choose a manufacturer that will suit my need
mhm,
based on what they build with a camera, what a processor, storage options, all that stuff, right?
mm,
And I can then make a decision based on my wallet or what budget is,
mhm,
right?
mhm.
Whereas with Apple, because they are controlling their hardware and their software, they have set a price, right? And unless I am willing to come up to that price and buy that device, then it really comes down to
Just
me
makes
and
sense.
what I want to do, right?
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of having the flexibility in terms of what you want to purchase. Because you have persons who go Android and still always buy high end and still spend the same amount of money that it would cost for Apple iPhone, right? But their choice is no, I want this same thing and I want you know customization. I don't know
Mhm.
what kind of customization because I don't use Android, but they want
Mm.
to customize stuff. They want to change the font. They want to put out different wallpaper or whatever it may be. Whatever
Mm.
you
You
guys
know what?
choose.
But that's
You know
just
what,
it. And
gentlemen? Probably better
go ahead.
we stick to the watches than go down this rabbit hole.
But then it comes down to the same thing because you talk about the watches, you have to talk about the devices that watches are going to be paired with. That's the thing. So, and then another thing too, I don't know if the Apple Watch can be paired with an Android, and we
No.
don't know if the Android Watch can be paired with an Apple.
I
That
think
kind
it
Well,
of thing.
can.
I'm
So,
I'm
Android will
hearing
work.
yeah I'm hearing a rumor that the Moto 360 will actually support iOS later on this year.
Okay.
Because there's no reason for Google to not to support Apple, but it's
Yeah.
the other way around might not work. You know,
Yeah,
Apple
it wouldn't
support
work for them.
Android.
I
Yeah.
mean, I again, I don't know. I don't know how these ginormous corporations do their thing, but at the end of the day, it's left
You
up to
know,
consumer.
Yeah.
You pay for what you want. If you want to shell out $1,000+ and buy an iPhone 6 Plus, be my guest.
Mm.
But I mean, I'm not going to do that. I'm just saying. The Note 4. The Note 4 is still like a $700 plus device. Hell no, am I going to buy it for $700? Hell no, no. I'll wait until the price drops.
Yeah.
Wait till the price drops, and then I may consider buying it. That kind of thing. I mean,
Yeah.
my friend had an iPhone 5S, and we got it traded for a Galaxy S5. And right now, she's loving it. I can ask her, no. Gary, you're loving your phone?
Crickets.
Hello?
Crickets.
Yes,
That's what
yeah.
I hear. I hear crickets.
Oh,
Yes, I hear. I'm sorry.
Get
I'm
her
sorry,
an
I'm
iPhone.
sorry.
the Galaxy
I
S5
shot
right
myself in
there.
the foot with that one. I shot myself in the foot with that one. I'm sorry.
All right. So
I mean, you know, what
I have a conspiracy theory, right?
Mhm.
All right.
Now, some time ago,
Mm.
we heard about Fitbit, we heard about the Nike Fuel Band, and all these other wearable devices, right?
Mhm.
Now, tinfoil hat, I think that Nike was actually testing the waters with wearables for Apple, right? And I'm saying that because Tim Cook sits on the board for both companies, Nike and Apple, right?
Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
So, and
I
at
didn't
the time
even.
also, Tim Cook was wearing the Fuel all the time. And oh, I love my Nike Fuel band and I wear it everywhere, blah, blah, blah. Right. So there's a big story about it.
Mhm.
Then, mysteriously, Nike came out and said, hey, we're no longer manufacturing the Nike Fuel band.
Mhm.
Right? We stopped. Right? And then a little bit after that, there's a rumor that says Apple is working on a wearable. The rumor goes out there, and then the entire internet is on flames. Now, Google says, hey, we're also working on a wearable. We're working on a watch, right?
Mhm.
And all these other companies started to actually say that they're working on some wearable device. I'm not sure where Pebble fell into this whole thing. I don't know if they capitalized on the rumor or it came up before or what. But
Pebble was
the
before that
first.
started.
Was before, right? So Pebble built on that momentum of fulfilling the wearable crave at the time, right? But I think that rumor that came out was coming from
An
Apple.
out insider.
Yeah, Apple really dispensing that information to see how everyone else would react to it. And they reacted.
Mhm.
And Samsung has released how many smart devices so far?
Well, smart
Smart
watches.
watches? I think about 3, right?
The Gear 1, no, no more than
More
that.
than
The
that.
Gear,
More than that.
Gear,
Mhm.
The Gear S, and I
the
think the
Gear
Gear Active,
S, the Gear Fit.
and
All right.
the Gear
Too
Fit.
many to mention. Too many to mention.
Yeah,
Let me
it's,
touch the point.
it's
Right?
at least 6 or 7 wearables,
All right.
and Samsung has released.
LG released
But
a
that's
bunch of
Samsung's
wearables as well.
approach. Not that many things do. They just
Yeah.
throw out everything at the wall and see what sticks.
Exactly. And what better way to see what they have on their sleeve than to say, hey, we're working on this thing now. Right? But LG has their wearable devices. Google the Moto 360, which I think is the best so far. If I were to buy a
I
wearable
like
right
the
now,
360.
it would be a 360. Right?
What about the LG
Urbane.
Watch R?
Yeah,
Or
well,
the
the
Urbane?
LG Watch.
Urbane looks nice as well. It looks classy as a watch, right? With the web OS interface for one, and they also have another one that actually does Android Wear. Right?
Ever heard about Asus Zen Watch?
Yes,
I
I've heard
know
about
about
it.
the Zen phone.
I think I've not heard about it this week or so, or last week. Right?
They look good.
But my point is this. Based on that rumor, I think Apple was able to observe what their competitors had and kind of push them to put it out very quickly before they did. Right? Because I think Apple likes to build on their competitors' mistakes or innovate on what they have done successfully. Right? And right now, I think the Apple Watch is their version of what iPhone, the very first generation iPhone was. Very limited features. Let's define the market and then we'll improve on it later on. But let's not do it all in one go.
But then you see that's the what am I tell you? That is the thing, because Apple, well, both companies do it. Samsung had the Galaxy S, and they had the S2, S3, S4, S5, now S6. Now iPhone is basically the same damn thing. I swear to you. The i3, the 3GS, the 4, the 4S, the 5, the 5S. I mean, I understand that it's competition, but holy crap, man.
But here's the thing. The difference is no. There's a difference because they're like for Apple side, it is stepping stones. Like the S series is like their test bed for what's coming next, right?
Yeah.
And it has always been.
Like Touch ID for the 5S.
Yeah, exactly, right? And then later on, they actually put out something else, that now is the release to it. I think you're on mute, Kavir.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
So what about the Microsoft band? You guys tried it out?
I've seen it, never played around with one, and it looks very simplistic as a wearable. It's very simple as a wearable. I think it's more geared towards exercising and whatnot. That's my opinion.
Well, it's the only
That's just my opinion.
it's the only watch that really integrates with Windows Phone. So it's whatever it is for the Microsoft system.
And how many Windows Phone users do you know of?
One.
Okay.
It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Here's my thing. I have the ultimate wearable. Now, you want your fitness, right? You don't spend too much money, right? You want to keep track of your goals and all that stuff. I got
calorie.
Yeah, I got the Jawbone up, right? I got it last Black Friday for like $70-some, right? And it's been excellent, right? I have that working along with the WeThings body scale, right? So I get heart rate and my weight and all that stuff. And then I want to know my watch, right? Nothing fancy. Tell the time, and then I have my phone.
Too much. It's too much.
Based on the cost right now, I'm willing to wait 2 generations before I actually get a wearable device. But if I had to make a choice right now, it's going to be more the 360.
All right, the big pet peeve that we all have, the big issue with wearables right now, battery life.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the big issue.
The watch that I have right now.
Like the smartwatches, your best you can do is a day.
Yeah.
And that's based on activity.
Based on activity. But they can't keep the screen on, and the more you look at the time and receive text messages and use the watch features, the quicker it dies. And then basically you have this brick on your arm, not doing anything at the end of the day.
The thing
is, if you travel, things like that.
That's somebody else at the time.
Well, I'm sorry, my watch is dead. But it's similar. It's a similar thing to cell phones, because one of the biggest, how we say, deal breakers in anybody buying a cell phone, in my opinion, or gripe rather, in anyone buying a cell phone is the battery life. Now, as I said,
that might not be a big issue for everybody. Depends on the model you buy.
True, but at the same time, I mean, battery life should be essential. Battery life should be something that's on top of everyone's list when it comes to buying anything portable.
I have an issue.
What's that?
All right, here's the thing. I think Android manufacturers keep kicking themselves in the knees because of this. Now, you're going to come out with a phone, right? And you improve the battery capacity, right? And if you took that battery capacity and put it in an existing Android device, it probably will run in 2 days. But you know what they do instead? They put on this massive screen,
Mhm.
right, with some massive demand on it. It goes right back to square one.
I
That
beg
don't
to
make any
differ
sense.
with that. I beg to differ with that. Um,
Tell me how.
I mean, we we know about power saving features on our devices, so you can set
Yeah.
the screen timeout and all that lovely stuff. But at the same time, in making improvements on the battery itself,
They make
some
improvements
I
on
believe
component.
that's on no, not only the components, but they make improvements on that particular device and its ability to use and utilize power. So one of my major problems with the iPhone 5S that my girlfriend had was the battery life, or the lack thereof. We
Mm.
would charge the phone from in the night,
Yeah, I get one of
and
these.
true experience. What's that? Moto?
Otterbot, the what's it called? The
Morphe?
battery cases.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh yeah, with the built-in battery on it.
Yeah.
yeah. Because the iPhone
Uh,
battery just sucks, man. Unless it's the big one, the new fat one,
yes, it does. That's the
is just
thing.
bad.
So, we charge it in the night. We unplug it at, let's say, for example, 7 a.m. By 12, it's brushing at less than 20% battery life by 12.
No, man, you
Even
guys
if
are
you're
playing some
barely using
serious Candy Crush, man.
it. No. I'm being very serious. I paid for a replacement battery in that phone because I got to use.
Original?
I put a brand new phone in. I'm not joking. Unplug it at 6.
Alright.
Unplug it at 7 in the morning.
I'm
And
Probably
valid
left
for
the
you.
by
I'm
GPS
valid.
on
by
or
midday,
something,
1 o'clock.
But
or
something wrong with
No,
that because
no,
normal.
I'm telling you, Dale, I am telling you the thing. We've gone through turning off the push feature where it actually fetches the email. We turn off it
Alright.
refreshing.
Here we
Um,
do.
it's
Here
a
we
lot
do.
of different things to do with it. And I've
Check
consulted other persons that own iPhone too, and
uh,
they've said the same
check
thing.
check
Lifestyle.
check Mac Plus Warren Henry, right? Let him
Mm.
service that device. Because as alright, I have my Wi-Fi on all day and I use it with my phone. I mean, I don't call myself a heavy user,
Mm.
right? But for you to have a phone at normal use and it run down by midday, no, sir. Yeah,
I don't know what
and
kind
that,
of
that
phone
battery,
you use.
or even or better, you don't calibrate the battery since
Mm.
the change. It needs to calibrate it.
I don't even know. I don't even know.
I don't know if you can really
Honestly,
calibrate
I
the battery on
don't even
iOS,
know.
right?
Yeah, you can do
Is
it.
that battery calibration app?
Yeah, man, no,
Because I
no.
know that
What you
on
do now?
Android, if you don't
Your
calibrate it right
settings.
for your ROMs, you can get real
No,
bad
man.
issues.
What you do now? You actually make the phone die all the way. Work it all the way down.
Mm.
Leave it for
Oh,
like
you
an
mean
hour or
manually
so.
calibrate it like that?
Yeah, man. Yeah, and then you let it
Okay.
charge, fully charge. You run it down again, and
They
you
said do
charge
that for a
again.
week usually.
I did for like I did for two I can call it 2 events of it
Mm.
dying. I did it for
Mm.
2 times and then my battery is back to normal. Failing that, then I actually do
Mm.
a fresh install, reinstall, put my apps on it. I don't restore from the backups or anything. I just put on everything fresh and I'm good. One or two, but normally the calibration like that works.
Mm.
Okay.
But well, I used to be at Digicel, so one of the things that we would tell our customers at the time, whenever they buy a new phone, is to always same thing, calibrate the
Power
battery.
cycle.
Yeah, power
Mm.
cycle it. So when you get it out of the box, you don't charge it, you use it till it's dead fully. You charge it while it's off. Do the same thing again. You do that about 2 or 3 times, and then you can intermittently charge the battery because that will allow basically allow the battery to stretch its legs, then that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So another
But at the
question.
end of the day,
All
mm,
right. So
Go
will a
ahead.
smartwatch ever replace a classic timepiece?
um,
I doubt
I
it.
don't think so. No, I don't
There's that
because
beauty in the mechanics of a timepiece.
yes, everything has its own time. So, well,
No pun intended.
I just realized no pun intended.
You know what I saw the other day?
Every
A
device has
video,
mm,
like a regular
mm,
timepiece,
mm.
but it had like a LCD over the. Oh, go ahead.
No, man, your time. LCD what?
Yeah, it was like a regular watch, right? and it had like a LCD cover where the glass would be, and it's like you can use it as a smartwatch as well. You just turn off the LCD when you want to use it as a regular watch, and turn it on when you use it as a smartwatch.
Like a transparent LCD or something?
Yeah, it's a transparent LCD.
Too many
I,
options.
I think I think Urbane, the LG Urbane, is the closest to the look of a classic watch. Just that face is it looks real enough to be mechanical, but you know it's a digital thing. So I mean, I really don't think anyone will substitute their love for a mechanical watch for a smartwatch.
Like, I mean, this watch right here, this is an Invicta. This is I mean, I love the watches. So this can never, I mean, the smartwatch, yes, good. It's good for a time. It's good. It's good for its purpose.
You're on a roll.
But
But a reason why I asked this question was because the Apple Watch Edition is like you get it in gold, and some of them go for 10 grand plus.
And they're all sold out in China now.
that's the thing. I don't get it. But anyway, I mean, as we can agree, companies do different things to attract different levels of consumers. You know, the high-end buyers, medium and
Different
low
target
end.
segments. Yeah.
So they will do all they want to do. They can do all they want to do in order to get that particular buying response. But
I agree.
I mean, nothing would replace a traditional timepiece.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So conclusory remarks. People are getting too lazy to check the time on their phones.
If it's still yeah, true.
Sure.
There might be a place for it. I see that there's going to be a place for smart wearable devices.
No, there is.
I don't think we see that need just yet, but at the same time, you know, when we just got smartphones, we didn't see a need for it at the time, aside from making calls and
Sending calls and
or estimates. Yeah, I'm agreeing to it. I think that's something that will happen for us with smartwatches.
Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. We're in 2015, so wait and see what the rest of the years bring.
Cool.
You know, one thing I'm thinking that we should try to do, we should try to have like a live review of something on our program. Just like something new that someone feels and talk about, features and so. We can do something like that. I guess I can consider it for future episodes of the program. Can ask our fans on Facebook what they think about that as well. And always feel free to drop ideas because, you know, in Jamaica I would say, one hand can't clap.
Yeah.
For overseas crowd, I mean, you have to help each other in order to get the big goal accomplished, that kind of thing. So yeah, guys, it's been good.
I agree.
It's been good. Yeah. It's
very lively.
It's been a good hour and 18 minutes.
Cool.
So.
So I guess next week we're back to our regular time, right?
Next week we will be back to our regularly scheduled time and programming. Yeah. So until then, enjoy your weekend, gentle folks.
Like and subscribe.
And hopefully we'll talk next week.
Yes, sir. Enjoy the rest of your night, guys. And
right, cool.
I'm sorry, we almost didn't tell the crowd bye. Folks, for tuning in, thank you very much for tuning into our show tonight. Looking forward to seeing you next week. And feel free to drop us questions, comments, anything at all in our Facebook group. Yeah, that's about it.
And share and like it. Cool.
Like and share our video on YouTube. Yes, please. Like it. Do it now.
And post
Do it.
these topics on the Facebook group so we have things to talk about next week.
Yes.
Longest goodbye.
Suggestions are what?
we can't let go.
No, we'll have separation issues. Guys, have a good night. Take care.
All right, cool.
Peace.
Bye.
All right.